tools got me glowing every day. Faceless grind, I'm paving my lane. Me 2 times, yeah, we changing the game. Elevate me to you, vibe is brand new. Built it from scratch, now we teaching you. Hit that sub, let the vision come true. This ain't just content, it's what we do. Started with nothing but dreams and a screen. Now I automate flows, keep the process clean. No need to be seen, just heard and felt. With AI by my side, every goal gets dealt. Chat TT writes Canva designs. Cap cut cuts, now the visuals shine. Faceless creator with a plan so clear, helping new voices elevate all year. Me on the rise, press record, now play. AI tools got me glowing every day.
For everybody that's watching, y'all, welcome to come in and network with everyone and grow. It's no volume. And welcome in everyone. Sylvia and Tales by is it Mike. Sorry, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I had two things open. But welcome in. Just a silent chat room where y'all can network with other creators, uh, collab, brainstorm, ask for help. Use the chat as much as y'all need to. Oh, and show love to each other, y'all. Show love. If subscribe to each other pages, and so we can all grow together. Okay. All right.
Hi everybody and welcome to my master course about Canva. My name is Ronnie and I will be your instructor for this course. The fact that you are here shows that you are interested in design. Maybe you are in charge of designing important documents for your organization, like annual reports, brochures, or even project proposals. Or maybe you are managing your company's social media accounts and constantly need to come up with some cool visuals, photos, or infographics to populate your feeds. Well, let me tell you one thing before we get started. Discovering Canva not only changed the way I work, it literally changed my life. Let me explain. I first published this course in 2018 and it quickly became popular on Udemy. And so did the Facebook community I created at approximately the same time when I originally launched the course. More and more people started to see me as a Canva expert, and that resulted in Cliff, one of Canva's co-founders, reaching out to me. I won't bother you with all the details here, but to make a long story short, end of 2019, Canva hired me and relocated me to Sydney to become their new head of communities. I worked at Canva for 2 years in different roles related to community building, both on Facebook and YouTube, but also educational content creation. This was, for sure, a life-changing experience. Recently, I decided to quit this amazing job and company to focus on managing my own YouTube channel, which had become pretty big, and come back to what started it all: creating online courses and helping entrepreneurs grow their business. So here I am doing a complete makeover of this course, which was long overdue. I really love that story of how I got to work at Canva, and I never get tired of telling it. I believe that these 2 years of me working at Canva make me the perfect coach to teach you how to reach the primary goals of this course, to understand what Canva is all about, to become a better designer by using Canva, and ultimately to leverage these newly acquired visual communication skills to advance your career or grow your own business. Personally, I use Canva every single day. To strengthen my personal brand, to create content, and to build communities on social media. It's been a while now that I ditched the more complicated and expensive softwares like Photoshop or Illustrator. I simply don't need them anymore. Canva not only accelerated my workflow, but it made designing more fun, more affordable, and quicker. Also, because Canva has so many beautiful templates, and because I use it every day, I feel like I developed a better eye for design. Just like when you are learning a new language, the best way to do it is to surround yourself with native speakers, right? Well, I experienced the same thing with design. By using Canva and constantly being exposed to good design through their templates, I actually became much better at design. It's quite amazing. As you can see, I am quite passionate about Canva. It made such a huge difference in my work and in my life that I wanted to share this tool with you guys. I honestly believe it is your ticket to freedom and professional accomplishment. But don't just take it from me. Take it from the hundreds of people who leave comments on our YouTube videos saying how much they love Canva because it helped them reach their goals. Life is short, and I want to help as many people as possible live their life on their own terms. Now that could be climbing the corporate ladder in a big company or starting a small business on their own. This course is basically your roadmap to get there. It has already helped thousands of students and has been refreshed many times to offer you guys the best course experience about Canva. All right, here are 2 simple reasons why you should start this course right now. Number 1, I am 100% convinced that good design will help you be more successful in your career. And number 2, I truly believe that Canva is the fastest and cheapest way to produce that good design, even if you suck at design. So many entrepreneurs, small businesses, educators, and nonprofit organizations struggle with design. For some reason, design is still very often overlooked and not considered a priority for these organizations. And that is, in my opinion, a huge mistake. Just think about it this way. What is the first thing people will notice when they log on to your website? Or when you hand them your business card? Or when they discover your Facebook page? The first thing they will notice is the quality of your design. If your website, your business card, or your Facebook cover is ugly, your first-time visitor will keep that in mind as the first impression of your business. Good design inspires professionalism. It makes your company look bigger than it actually is, and it inspires trust. Now, this is what you want, and Canva will help you achieve just that, whether or not you're good at design. Now, isn't that wonderful? Before we dive any deeper, I thought I would take a minute or two to discuss about how this course is changing to keep up with how Canva is evolving. Canva is a fast-paced company. It's not so much a startup anymore, as it has grown to a $40 billion company with over 85 million monthly active users and over 2,000 employees worldwide. When I started working at Canva back in 2019, there were approximately 600 employees. And when I left 2 years later, it was well over 2,000. So Canva as a company had changed quite a bit. And as a product, Canva also changed a lot during these 2 years. In fact, it is now common for Canva to release new features and tweaks to their platform on a weekly basis. With that many people and engineers now working at Canva, we can expect a few major changes coming to the platform every year. We've seen this with the introduction of Canva videos, a complete makeover of the Canva mobile app, or the launch of Canva websites. This moving forward trend is not going to slow down. So how am I going to keep the content of this course fresh for you guys? Well, I have thought long and hard about this, trust me, and I came up with 4 different ways that I intend to keep the content of this course relevant so that you, as a student, always have access to what's new in Canva. Well, the first way is the structure of the course itself. As you'll see, this course not only teaches you how to use Canva, but most importantly, how to acquire a designer mindset. You will find an introduction to branding and some knowledge about the design principles in the early sections. After that, I try to dedicate every section of the course to one major area of design that Canva can be used for, like social media, making presentations, creating videos, building websites, etc. So every time Canva brings up a major update, I guess I will just add another section to the course. The second way I intend to keep the content fresh and up to date is by tapping into the knowledge that I receive because I am a Canva expert. Canva experts are Canva's top brand ambassadors. There are only a handful of us around the world, and to identify them, look for the Canva expert badge in their profile photo. Experts run large Canva communities and regularly create educational content about Canva. While working at Canva, my job consisted in helping these creatives, these brand ambassadors, grow their own communities and produce more and better content about Canva. This connection with the Canva ambassador ecosystem allows me to have a 360 vision of what's happening in that global Canva community. I watch everybody's content, but I also interact both with Canva and the other 20 experts on a regular basis. We share some knowledge, we share some ideas. And this level of involvement in what I call the global Canva community really helps me stay connected to my audience, really understand what people want to learn about Canva, also what they struggle with, and create relevant content. And I use these insights to stay relevant in my courses and the tutorials that I create. Being a Canva expert also means I continue to get access to the latest features before they are released to the general public and keep a direct communication line with Canva via a special Slack channel for the experts. So all of this puts me in a great position to always know what's new with Canva. The third way I intend to keep all of you guys up to date is by giving you a chance to join our vibrant 50K plus Facebook community. When you sign up for this course, you will receive instructions on how to join our Facebook group, Learn to Design with Canva. This community is one of the largest about Canva on Facebook, and our members love to share their designs, give or ask for feedback on their designs, which is super valuable as a designer, but also share tutorials and ideas. On top of that, me and my team share weekly news and updates about Canva in this group to keep our members informed about the latest features. Obviously, you don't want to miss on all of that good stuff, so make sure to make your request to become a member of the Facebook group after you join this course. And finally, the fourth way I intend to keep you all informed of what's new with Canva is that I will share with you some educational announcements right here on Udemy. Many of you have probably already stumbled upon some of my Canva content on the internet. Maybe it's on Canva's official YouTube channel, where you will find me delivering several webinars and tutorials, or it might be on the Design with Canva YouTube channel, where Diana, my wife, and I publish 2 videos about Canva every single week. See, I put a lot of thoughts behind how can I connect the steady flow of Canva tutorials that Team Rondi, stands for Ronnie and Diana, Rondi, produces for YouTube. And I think I found a way to do that. Indeed, if you are a student of this course, you will receive educational announcements regularly via email or via Udemy with our latest tutorials. Now, this should be the perfect companion for this course, and also a great way for you to stay up to date. So there you go. I hope all these changes and mechanisms to keep you informed ensure that this course is and stays up to date for a very long time. In this video, I'd like to quickly show you what this course is all about by guiding you through its curriculum. In section 1, I will explain why you need Canva. We'll talk about why you should become better at design and how Canva can help you get there quicker. In that section, I will also talk logistics and how I intend to keep this course up to date for my students while Canva is constantly changing. Section 2 will cover the fundamentals of Canva. I'll make sure you feel comfortable using the platform, you understand all the buttons, menus, functionalities, and assimilate the mechanics or the fundamentals of using Canva. Section 3 brushes a panorama of what you can do with Canva Pro, the paid version of Canva. In it, I will cover all the Pro-only features, letting you know what they are, how they could help you, and who they are useful for. And this should give you all the information you need to decide whether you need to upgrade to Canva Pro, or if you're okay for now, sticking with the free version. Section 4 is short, but in my opinion, crucial for the rest of this course. Indeed, in my attempt to make this course as practical as possible for you guys, I decided to add a section about creating your brand identity. It's made out of 5 brief lectures that will help you define your very own brand identity. We'll talk about the mission, the vision, target audience, brand personality, and core values of your business. So please take this section very seriously, though it's super short, and use it to develop your brand identity, and only then move on to the next section. In section 5, we will actually start designing, guys. Woohoo! But to make sure you get the most out of this course and also leave with the visuals you actually need for your business, I will ask you to start designing a very special document, your brand style guide. A brand style guide is a document that visually represents your brand. It includes your logo, your color palette, your typography, imagery style, and tone of voice. It's basically the heart and soul of your brand. It contains all the information we need to create a consistent branding. I already told you, I don't want you to waste your time. I want this course to be practical and to the point. So we will only be creating real documents that you will be using for your business. And for that reason, we need to start with your brand style guide. In section 6, we will continue to design and focus on visuals you need for social media, like a profile picture that gets people's attention, and various popular designs like Facebook posts and Facebook covers, IG stories, YouTube thumbnails and channel art, but also beautiful infographics. And because I like you guys, this section will also contain some helpful tips on how to grow your presence on these social media platforms. That's on the house. In section 7, we will talk about Canva Video. I'll show you how to use Canva's video features, talk about the video timeline and the different video ingredients like transitions, text overlays, sound effects, and B-rolls. Then I will guide you through a series of lectures that teach you how to create videos with Canva from diverse perspectives. Short-form video content for platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, but also tutorials and educational videos, animated social media posts, and, of course, animated GIFs. In Section 8, we will focus on a very important type of documents for your business: presentations. This section will show you how to wow your audience with beautiful slides, and we will build together your very own pitch deck presentation. We will also talk about how you can present directly from Canva without the need to import your slides into PowerPoint, or how to record talking presentations, and how to design mobile-first presentations. Then Section 9 will teach you how to create quick and easy websites and landing pages with Canva. Yes, you heard correctly. Websites made with Canva. After covering all the website building features and mechanics, we will get our hands dirty and create your very own website with Canva. You will end up with a published and functional website. I will wrap up the section by giving you my top tips to create better websites. So, by the time you finish this course, you will understand how to use Canva for all your design needs, have a brand style guide that will ensure you remain consistent in all your future design projects, and have all the necessary documents and visuals you need to start communicating about your business or your project. Let's do this. Hey there, everyone. Before we get started with the course, I'd like to say something about reviews. Just like any other search engines out there like Google or Bing, Udemy considers a few different criteria when it comes to ranking the courses on its platform. And here on Udemy, the single most important criteria to rank as a teacher is reviews. Reviews are very important for us teachers because they are what help rank our courses higher in the search result pages when students are searching for specific topics. Also, I observed that Udemy is a bit different from other platforms or other ranking systems where a 4 out of 5 stars is usually considered a pretty good rating. It seems like here on Udemy, 4-star is considered below average. Just look at the other courses about Canva and you will understand what I mean. The reason I'm telling you all this is because Udemy is known for asking students very early on in the course to leave a review. And when you see this pop-up window prompting you to leave a review, you might not be ready yet to leave a review. Indeed, you might not have consumed enough of the course. In this course, for example, we cover some fundamentals before we start designing in section 5, 6, 7, and up. So what I suggest is this. If you see this review message from Udemy and you're not sure how to rank this course, just wait a little bit longer until you see more of the course. And you can do so by clicking on the button that says, I'm not ready to leave a rating. Now back to the course. Every company has a story to tell. And as an entrepreneur, it is your responsibility to learn how to tell that story in the best way possible. Mastering the art of storytelling will for sure open many doors for you and your company. Today, visual storytelling has become an important trend, if not the most important trend in digital marketing. And this for a good reason. The average person remembers about 10% of what they hear when tested 3 days later. Add visuals to your narrative, and that figure increases to 65%. So visuals are great if you want people to remember your message. Visuals are also more effective than text at evoking emotions and inspiring your audience to take action, both highly desired outcomes we are trying to achieve with marketing, right? The internet has completely transformed the way in which we function in the world. There is so much content out there that people don't have time to consume it all. The only way to get people to pay attention to your content is to be able to stop their eyes somehow. Our age is defined by an abundance, if not an overload of information. And as a result, people's attention span becomes shorter and shorter. We have that tendency to jump from one piece of information to the next one very quickly because it's easily available and because it's free. If I don't like that website, I will close the tab and go to the next one. And if I don't like this video, I will just start watching the next one. Well, you get the idea. Let me tell you one fundamental thing I learned about marketing, guys. To be successful in this noisy marketplace, you have to become a master at making a positive first impression. In most cases, our visual perception of the world is what we use to form our opinions. Consumers discover or recognize companies through their brand's visual identity. And they will start forming opinions before they even know who you are or what it is that your company does. Now, pay attention because this is very important. People will judge your ability to provide the solution they are seeking based on their first impression of your business, both online and offline. So don't risk turning away potential customers with an unprofessional brand. If your audience gets the wrong idea or is bored in the first few seconds of viewing an image that represents your brand, chances are these people will just move on. Therefore, you should learn how to craft visuals that convey the right story, that convey the right first impression. Invest heavily in the first image your audience will see. In other words, learn to become better at visual communication. And trust me, Canva will help you get there faster. In this video, I'd like to quickly show you what this course is all about by guiding you through its curriculum. In section 1, I will explain why you need Canva. We'll talk about why you should become better at design and how Canva can help you get there quicker. In that section, I will also talk logistics and how I intend to keep this course up to date for my students while Canva is constantly changing. Section 2 will cover the fundamentals of Canva. I'll make sure you feel comfortable using the platform, you understand all the buttons, menus, functionalities, and assimilate the mechanics or the fundamentals of using Canva. Section 3 brushes a panorama of what you can do with Canva Pro, the paid version of Canva. In it, I will cover all the Pro-only features, letting you know what they are, how they could help you, and who they are useful for. And this should give you all the information you need to decide whether you need to upgrade to Canva Pro or if you're okay for now sticking with the free version. Section 4 is short, but in my opinion, crucial for the rest of this course. Indeed, in my attempt to make this course as practical as possible for you guys, I decided to add a section about creating your brand identity. It's made out of 5 brief lectures that will help you define your very own brand identity. We'll talk about the mission, the vision, target audience, brand personality, and core values of your business. So please take this section very seriously, though it's super short, and use it to develop your brand identity, and only then move on to the next section. In section 5, we will actually start designing, guys. Woohoo! But to make sure you get the most out of this course and also leave with the visuals you actually need for your business, I will ask you to start designing a very special document, your brand style guide. A brand style guide is a document that visually represents your brand. It includes your logo, your color palette, your typography, imagery style, and tone of voice. It's basically the heart and soul of your brand. It contains all the information we need to create a consistent branding. I already told you, I don't want you to waste your time. I want this course to be practical and to the point. So we will only be creating real documents that you will be using for your business. And for that reason, we need to start with your brand style guide. In section 6, we will continue to design and focus on visuals you need for social media, like a profile picture that gets people's attention, and various popular designs like Facebook posts and Facebook covers, IG stories, YouTube thumbnails and channel art, but also beautiful infographics. And because I like you guys, this section will also contain some helpful tips on how to grow your presence on these social media platforms. That's on the house. In section 7, we will talk about Canva video. I'll show you how to use Canva's video features, talk about the video timeline and the different video ingredients like transitions, text overlays, sound effects, and B-rolls. Then I will guide you through a series of lectures that teach you how to create videos with Canva from diverse perspectives. Short-form video content for platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, or YouTube Shorts, but also tutorials and educational videos, animated social media posts, and, of course, animated GIFs. In section 8, we will focus on a very important type of documents for your business: presentations. This section will show you how to wow your audience with beautiful slides, and we will build together your very own pitch deck presentation. We will also talk about how you can present directly from Canva without the need to import your slides into PowerPoint, or how to record talking presentations, and how to design mobile-first presentations. Then section 9 will teach you how to create quick and easy websites and landing pages with Canva. Yes, you heard correctly. Websites made with Canva. After covering all the website building features and mechanics, we will get our hands dirty and create your very own website with Canva. You will end up with a published and functional website. I will wrap up the section by giving you my top tips to create better websites. So, by the time you finish this course, you will understand how to use Canva for all your design needs, have a brand style guide that will ensure you remain consistent in all your future design projects, and have all the necessary documents and visuals you need to start communicating about your business or your project. Let's do this. Hey there, everyone. Before we get started with the course, I'd like to say something about reviews. Just like any other search engines out there like Google or Bing, Udemy considers a few different criteria when it comes to ranking the courses on its platform. And here on Udemy, the single most important criteria to rank as a teacher is reviews. Reviews are very important for us teachers because they are what help rank our courses higher in the search result pages when students are searching for specific topics. Also, I observed that Udemy is a bit different from other platforms or other ranking systems where a 4 out of 5 stars is usually considered a pretty good rating. It seems like here on Udemy, 4-star is considered below average. Just look at the other courses about Canva and you will understand what I mean. The reason I'm telling you all this is because Udemy is known for asking students very early on in the course to leave a review. And when you see this pop-up window prompting you to leave a review, you might not be ready yet to leave a review. Indeed, you might not have consumed enough of the course. In this course, for example, we cover some fundamentals before we start designing in section 5, 6, 7, and up. So what I suggest is this. If you see this review message from Udemy and you're not sure how to rank this course, just wait a little bit longer until you see more of the course. And you can do so by clicking on the button that says, I'm not ready to leave a rating. Now back to the course. Every company has a story to tell. And as an entrepreneur, it is your responsibility to learn how to tell that story in the best way possible. Mastering the art of storytelling will for sure open many doors for you and your company. Today, visual storytelling has become an important trend, if not the most important trend in digital marketing. And this for a good reason. The average person remembers about 10% of what they hear when tested 3 days later. Add visuals to your narrative, and that figure increases to 65%. So visuals are great if you want people to remember your message. Visuals are also more effective than text at evoking emotions and inspiring your audience to take action, both highly desired outcomes we are trying to achieve with marketing, right? The internet has completely transformed the way in which we function in the world. There is so much content out there that people don't have time to consume it all. The only way to get people to pay attention to your content is to be able to stop their eyes somehow. Our age is defined by an abundance, if not an overload of information. And as a result, people's attention span becomes shorter and shorter. We have that tendency to jump from one piece of information to the next one very quickly because it's easily available and because it's free. If I don't like that website, I will close the tab and go to the next one. And if I don't like this video, I will just start watching the next one. Well, you get the idea. Let me tell you one fundamental thing I learned about marketing, guys. To be successful in this noisy marketplace, you have to become a master at making a positive first impression. In most cases, our visual perception of the world is what we use to form our opinions. Consumers discover or recognize companies through their brand's visual identity. And they will start forming opinions before they even know who you are or what it is that your company does. Now, pay attention because this is very important. People will judge your ability to provide the solution they are seeking based on their first impression of your business, both online and offline. So don't risk turning away potential customers with an unprofessional brand. If your audience gets the wrong idea or is bored in the first few seconds of viewing an image that represents your brand, chances are these people will just move on. Therefore, you should learn how to craft visuals that convey the right story, that convey the right first impression. Invest heavily in the first image your audience will see. In other words, learn to become better at visual communication. And trust me, Canva will help you get there faster. All right, we are now ready to roll. And now would be a good time to go make yourself a nice cup of coffee, a masala chai, or a bubble tea. This is me adapting to my international audience. And to sit nice and cozy in your favorite chair. I have prepared a few lectures for you to get started with Canva. My goal for this section is to teach you the fundamentals of Canva. I will all the things you can do with Canva, as well as the mechanics on how to use it. This section should get you covered and ready to tackle the rest of the course in the best conditions. And congratulations, you are about to start a journey that could potentially transform your career. Hey, welcome back to the Okay, once you have created an account and logged into Canva, this is where you are going to land on this page that we will call the home page. From here, you can navigate your way around Canva, and this by using different menus. This lecture and the next few ones will explain what each menu does and hopefully help you find things easily in Canva. Let's start by identifying the different ways you can navigate this homepage and start designing. A little disclaimer here, guys, though, this homepage will probably evolve and change with time, so don't be too surprised if things look slightly different on your side. Because there's a lot to say about the Canva homepage, I've decided to split the content over 3 different lectures. This one The first one will focus on this nav bar right here on top of the page with the Canva logo in the top left corner. This Canva logo acts as a home button. You can click on it to come back to the home page at any time. Next to the logo, you'll find the actual home button, which does exactly the same thing. It brings you home. Then we have a series of drop-down menus that include templates, features, learn, and pricing. We might see more categories in the future though. If you hover your mouse over these buttons, you will see some sub-items in each of the categories. Let's cover them one by one. The first one is templates. This is one of the ways to get started and open a design in Canva. You can either click on that item that says templates or hover your mouse over it. If you click it, you will be taken to the template library where you can start browsing for templates. Now, if instead of clicking, we hover over it, we'll see different template categories with some actual document types right there in the menu. Like for example, under social media, you will see Instagram stories, Instagram posts, Facebook posts, etc. If you click on Instagram stories, for example, Canva will take you to a page where you will find a bunch of Instagram story templates from the template library. These template category pages will usually have little tabs that you can use to quickly find what you're looking for, and a series of filters here on the left side of the screen. All of these are here to help you refine your searches and find the perfect template to start your design. If you see a template that you like, simply click on it to open a preview and use the purple button that says Customize this template to open the template in the editor or the design area of Canva. All right, you've just experienced the first way to start a design by selecting a template from the template library. Just remember that you can click the templates button to go straight to the template library, which is a nice place to start inspired. Let's go back to the home page by clicking the home button. We just covered the templates button from the top navigation bar, so let's continue exploring. The next button to the right is features. Let's hover over it and see what's there. Under features, we see many different categories, including photos, icons, print products, apps, etc. This is where Canva has chosen to show you a panorama of features and things that you can do with the platform. You can click on any of the sub-items to get more information about specific features, or you can click on the categories themselves, like photos or icons, to access specific part of the Canva library. For example, photos will send you straight to the photo library homepage, where you will be able to browse or search for millions of photos. Again, let's use the home button before going too deep down this rabbit hole. One last thing I want to show you under features before moving on to the next button is the last column right here that says download. This will allow you to download the Canva desktop app both for Mac and Windows and the Canva mobile app for both Android and iOS. This is a nice little shortcut and I love that it's there. Indeed, Canva has been working really hard to make designing easy on every platform and on every device. So I highly recommend you try to use Canva on different devices. It's a really nice experience. Okay, moving on to the next item to the right, the Learn button. This one is pretty straightforward. It will lead you to different educational resources like courses, tutorials, and blog articles. Have a go at them, and who knows, you might stumble upon a course or a tutorial I created when I was working at Canva. The next button in that menu is Pricing. This one will give you some extra information about each of the plans that Canva offers. Currently, it is Canva Free, Canva Pro, Canva for Enterprise for larger companies, Canva for Education for teachers and students up to K-12, and Canva for nonprofits, which is the same as Canva Pro, but it's free for a registered nonprofit, which I find super cool. On the right end of the top navigation bar, we find a few more icons, namely the Help Center with the little question mark, your account settings, the cog, and the Notification Center, the bell icon. Help Center sends you to Canva's Help Center, which I will let you explore at your own pace. This is a great place to read FAQs, find useful articles, contact Canva support, or simply see a complete roadmap of the Canva website there at the bottom of the page. Your account settings will allow you to access your personal details, but also see what apps are currently connected to your Canva account, select your preferred theme, and tweak other settings. I'm not going to spend too much time here, but know that once you're here, you will find a new menu here in the left side column, allowing you to access settings related to your team, your groups, billing, and the domains you might have purchased via Canva. Have a look around when you have a bit of time on your hands. Just know that whenever you need to access these settings, it all starts with the cog icon on the homepage. The last icon in the top navbar is this little bell. This is your notification center. If you work with a team on Canva, this is where you will see a notification when someone leaves a comment in one of your designs, tags you in a comment, or shares a design or a specific folder with you. We'll talk about all the collaboration features later in the course, but for now, just know that this is where you will get notified when your team needs you to pay attention to something in Canva. If you see a red dot near the bell, that means there's something for you to review here. Next, you have the purple Create a Design button. This is the second way of opening up a design document. When you click on it, you will see a new menu with a bunch of suggested document types in a list. This list will probably be personalized, though, to serve you the design docs that you use the most often. From here, you can quickly start a design either by selecting one of the items in the list or typing in some keywords in the search bar on top. You'll also see some buttons at the bottom of this menu to create a custom-sized document, edit a photo, or import a file. These are shortcuts, and we will cover what they do a bit later. And finally, the last element of the top navbar is your profile picture. When you click on it, you'll be able to access your account settings. That's another way to get there. Get some help via a simplified version of the Help Center that will pop up from the bottom of your screen, or switch between your different teams if you are part of more than one team. If you just created your account, though, you should only be part of one team for now. At the bottom of this menu, you have a few more sections, namely Get the Canva apps, remember, for smartphone or the desktop app, refer friends to Canva and get rewarded with a premium element, read the privacy policy, who does that, or sign out of your account. All right, folks, we are going to take a break here, and in the next lecture, we will continue to explore the Canva homepage. I will see you there. Let's continue exploring the Canva homepage. In this lecture, we'll focus on the menu you see on the left side of the page. Let's call it the left navbar. Like in the previous lecture, I'm going to cover each item of this menu one by one and tell you what it does. But before I do so, I'm going to give you the same disclaimer. This menu is bound to change in the future as Canva evolves. So don't be too surprised if things move around a bit or if some new sections pop up on your screen. All right, the first item in the left navbar is a drop-down list that allows you to switch between the different teams you're part of. Just click on the little arrow and select the team you want to interact with. This will influence what you see on screen. By now, you should know what it does. Okay, let's say it all together. It brings you home. The third item is a button that says Recent Designs. When you click on it, Canva will load a page with the most recent designs you've opened and worked on. This gives you a quick way to access them. Once there, simply click on one to open it. These designs could be designs you have created or that people have shared with you. Now, if your account is brand new, like you just created it, clicking on Recent Designs should show you an empty page because you haven't yet created any designs. Just keep that in mind. Let's come back to our home page. The next item down the menu is Your Projects. Let's click on that. Now, from here, I can manage and organize my different design ingredients by placing them into folders. You'll see a few different tabs here on the top of the page. The first one is Folders, which shows you all the different folders you've created. Note that free users will be limited to a few folders only, while pro users can create unlimited folders. I will expand on that later in the course. Also worth mentioning is that you can create folders within folders. The second tab is Designs. This will simply show you all the designs you've created. If you click on one, it will open in the Canva editor. And if you hover over it, you will see two things. A little checkbox in the top left corner of the design, which allows you to select it, and a hamburger menu in the top right corner. If you click these three dots, a new menu will pop up with different actions you can take related to this specific design. From here, you'll be able to do things like make a copy, move to a folder, download it in different formats, share it in different ways, or move it in the trash can. If you want to rename a design, you can do so from here as well. Simply double-click on its current title to edit it. You can toggle between grid view or list view by using the four little square icons here in the top right corner of the page. List view is quite handy when it comes to organizing your designs or renaming them, while grid view gives you a larger preview of your designs. Next, we have images. These are all the images you've uploaded to Canva from the latest to the oldest. You can add more images by dropping them here directly or by using the Uploads tab in the editor. And finally, you have videos. Just like photos, these are all the videos you've uploaded to Canva. I recommend going through these photos and videos from time to time and cleaning them up, especially if you're a free user, because Canva has a limit to the amount of gigabyte you can upload to the platform. We'll see exactly how much when we talk about the differences between Canva Free and Canva Pro. Let's come back to our left navbar and continue discovering the buttons there. The next item says Shared with You. When I click on that, Canva takes me to a page where I can see all the assets that have been shared with me via Canva. And that could be one of two things at the moment, either a folder or a design. And you can filter that by using these two tabs. If I want to know who shared a specific folder with me, I can hover over it and click on the three dots. Canva will show me who created the folder. Similarly, when you hover over a design and click on the three dots, you'll access a couple of options and also see who is the creator of a particular design. Okay, moving down our left navbar. Next, we have the trash. This will allow you to get dirty and dive in your trash can. Who doesn't love that? There you will see designs, images, and videos you've recently sent to trash. I believe they will stay there for 30 days before disappearing forever. From the trash, clicking on the three-dot button of a specific element will give you the option to restore the element, meaning getting it out of the trash, or delete this element permanently. The trash can also has three tabs that allow you to filter what you see. The next item in the left navbar is your team command center. It will be called whatever your team is called. Or if you aren't part of any teams yet, it will simply prompt you to create a team. To create your team, simply click on that button that says Create a Team and follow the instructions on screen. You'll have to choose a name for your team first and then be given the possibility to invite people into your team. Once you have created a team, you should see this new space from which you can manage your team and team assets. You can see the designs created by any people in your team, the different folders that have been shared with the team. Pro users will also have the ability to create team templates and see them here. We'll cover that in the Canva Pro section of the course. And you can see apps that your team might be using. The People tab will give you an overview of who's in your team and manage the roles they play. The Groups tab is mostly useful for larger team. And then you'll have your Team Settings tab, which allows you to decide who can invite new members to the team. To make it more fun, you can customize your team banner by clicking on the three-dot button that is in the top right corner of the banner. From here, you can also add members, create a new folder, or rename your team. We'll talk a bit more about team further down the road, but for now, just know that 1, you can swap between the different teams you're a part of with the drop-down menu at the top of the left navbar. And 2, you can access your team space via the Teams section of the left navbar. All right, moving on to the next section of the navbar, the tools. You should see two items there under tools. The first one is Brand Kit, which allows you to always stay on brand by uploading your logos, but also setting your brand colors and fonts. We will see in section 3 that there are two versions of Brand Kit, a limited one for free users and a more elaborated one, which offers more options to pro users. For now, just know that you can access Brand Kit from here in the left navbar. The last item in the navbar is Content Planner. Content Planner allows you to plan and schedule social media content across a range of different platforms directly within Canva. Just note that it is currently a pro feature only. That might change in the future, but for now, it is a pro feature. We'll cover Content Planner in details in the section about Canva Pro, so let's skip it for now. For most people, that's all you'll see in this left navbar, unless you have starred a few folders. In that case, they will appear here at the bottom of the navbar. Let's wrap up the lecture here, folks. In the next one, I will finish my in-depth tour of the homepage. Hey, welcome back to the course. In this lecture, we will wrap up our guided tour of the Canva homepage. In the previous two videos, we covered the top navbar and the left navbar. And now, let's talk about everything else that sits on this homepage. And this lecture should be pretty short, as we've already covered a lot of ground. Let's start with the header. At the time of shooting this video, the header carries the beautiful blue and purple gradient color that you can also find in the Canva logo. The header has a large search bar that you can use to search pretty much anything. If you click on this search bar, Canva will suggest some search terms based on your previous searches. You might also be presented some suggested templates at the bottom. When you use the search bar, you can decide whether you want some results from the Canva template library or from your own projects with the two tabs there on top. Let's try this search bar and type in Facebook. Before I hit enter, I can already see some suggested searches. These are document types. If I click on Facebook ads, for example, Canva will take me to a page showcasing a bunch of Facebook ad templates. The first style, the one with the plus icon in it, will allow me to create a blank Facebook ad, meaning I choose not to start with a template, but rather a blank document that will have the exact dimensions of a Facebook ad, in this case, 1200 by 628 pixel. And this is another way of starting a design. You simply type in what you need to design in the search bar and choose one of the suggested document types. Think in terms of where your design needs to live or what your design is. Use keywords like YouTube or website or video. Let's come back home for a second and take a closer look at this search bar. You will notice two icons at the end of it. At least that's what I'm seeing now. One is a camera and the other one is an upload icon. These buttons will allow you to either edit a photo with Canva or start by uploading a file. There's also a custom size button in the top right corner of the header. This will allow you to create a design and give it some custom dimensions. I love that we have that option. Once you click that, Canva is going to ask you for the dimensions of the design you want to create. And you can enter these dimensions either in pixels, inches, millimeters, or centimeters with this drop-down list right here. So go ahead and enter the width and height of your desired design and press the Create New Design button. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, mostly because you didn't find what you were looking for among all the Canva document types. Let's say you're looking for a very specific document type, like a label you want to paste on a jar of homemade pickles. You've searched via the search bar, but couldn't find the dimension that would fit your jar. Now that's exactly when you would use the custom size button. Okay, let's continue our exploration of the Canva homepage and have a look at what is below the search bar. You will notice a series of icons. These represent categories of designs or types of outcomes you can create with Canva. You will also see that the first icon says, For You. The For You icon is going to be the default page you land on when you log on to the Canva homepage. Canva will personalize this page as much as possible based on how you interacted with the platform. So you can expect to see some tiles with the document types you use most often right underneath the purple header. These might include video, Instagram posts, presentations, etc. It really depends on what you used Canva for recently. If you scroll further down the For You page, you will see your most recent designs in an infinite scroll. To the right of the For You icon, you will find more icons that represent the major design categories like presentations, social media, video, print product, marketing, office, and a More button. When you click on any of these icons, Canva will load a series of new tiles with some design types that belong to this overarching category. If you click on a tile, you will create a blank design and find yourself in the Canva editor. This is another way to quickly get started with a design. Some categories will have more design types than others. For example, social media will have a bunch of different design types for you, so make sure to locate the round arrow to continue scrolling the carousel. You can also use the tabs on top of your page to switch between different social media platforms. Let's come back to the homepage one more time. If you are on a free account, or if you've created your account recently, you might also see some sort of onboarding experience, like the Learn and Play section that you see here. These are little activities that have been designed to help you get started with Canva and understand what Canva is all about. If you're new to Canva and see the Learn and Play section, go ahead and have a play with it. And that's pretty much it. You now know everything there is to know about the Canva homepage. And that is until they change it again. In this lecture, I want to show you what, to me, is the real strength of Canva, its amazing template library. So let's come back to canva.com. Let's say I want to create a design for social media. I'm going to start by using this button right here that says social media. Canva will then show me a bunch of different social media design options to choose from. I want to design a story to post on Instagram, so I'll go ahead and find Instagram story. There it is. From here, I can start in two different ways. Number one, I can either click on the tile, and that will open a blank Instagram story in the Canva editor. Or number two, I can start from a template. To do that, I'm not going to click on the tile, but rather hover my mouse over it. When you do that, you will see a few different things. A magnifier icon on the top right corner of the tile, which says Browse Templates, and the design dimensions at the bottom, followed by a little I button. If you click on the magnifier glass, Canva will take you to the template library and show you all of the IG story templates that are available to you there. Note that some templates will be available to all users and others will be available to pro users only, meaning people who use the paid version of Canva. To distinguish the free from the pro templates, look at the little crown icon in the bottom right corner of the templates. When you see a yellow crown that says pro, that means the template is a pro template. If you try to use it with a free account, Canva will prompt you to upgrade to Canva Pro. They will actually give you a free trial for 30 days. In the section of the course talking about Canva Pro, I'll show you how to extend that free trial to 45 days. Okay, back to our templates here. So a little crown means pro templates. The templates that are available for free users will not say anything in the lower right corner, like this one, for example. You might also come across templates that say paid and have a little dollar icon on them. These templates can be used by all users, but contain some premium elements in them. You'll recognize the premium elements, if you're a free user, by the watermark they have on them. If you are a free user and want to use these templates, you will either have to pay for the premium elements before downloading the template, or you'll have to swap the premium elements for other free ones if you don't wish to pay anything before using the template. So these are the three types of template you'll find in the library: free, available to all users, Pro for Pro users only, and Paid, available to all users but containing premium elements that have a cost. Now let's have a look at what we can do with these templates. Let's come back to my IG story template page and find one that I like. Let's say this one, for example. If I click on it, it will automatically open in the Canva editor and I can start customizing it. But if instead of clicking, I hover my mouse over it, I'll see a few other things I can do with this template. First, I can star it if I click on the star. This will add the template to my starred folder, allowing me to come back to it later. And second, I can preview the template if I click on the three little dots here. Let's do that. From the preview, I can access some additional information about the template. I have the title of the template, its dimensions, but also some information about the person who created the template. The name of that person is actually clickable. This is cool because it allows me to browse more templates from that same creator. You can also follow a creator by clicking on the purple button that says follow under their name. And you'll be able to see templates from the creators you follow in the template library. I'll get to that in a minute. If you want to follow Diana on Canva, for example, she has a bunch of cool templates. You can do so from her profile. You can discover Diana's profile by simply typing in the URL you see on your screen, or you can scan this QR code. Now back to our preview page. If I scroll down the preview page, I will see more templates similar to the one I have selected. These could be a mix of different document types as well. And finally, from the preview page, you can click the purple button and start customizing the template. This will result in opening it in the editor. Now, I'd like to show you another way of accessing all the beautiful templates available in Canva by browsing the actual template library. To do that, we are going to start from the Canva homepage. This time, we will use the top nav bar and locate the button that says Templates. We are going to click on that and we should be redirected to the Canva template library. You will know you are there if the URL in your browser says canva.com/templates. The template library is a search engine for Canva templates. You can initiate your search with the search bar, click on the tabs to browse different design categories, select specific document types with the tiles, or simply scroll down and choose from the recommended designs there. While scrolling down the homepage of the library, you'll come across a section featuring templates from the creators you follow on Canva. I love that we can now do that. When searching for templates, think in terms of design types like Facebook posts, YouTube thumbnails, or posters, or think in terms of themes like birthdays, Black Fridays, or memes. You can also combine different keywords to narrow your searches like Facebook post plus sales, or Instagram story plus yellow. One last thing I'd like to show you about the template library is the filters you'll find on the left panel right here. These filters will help you refine your template searches either by style, themes, price, or color. The price filter is actually pretty handy because it will help you filter only the free templates or pro templates, which you'll see will be pretty useful if you are a free user. Alrighty then, I believe you now have everything in your hands to start your designs inspired. Whether you decide to start with a template or start from a blank page, the editor is where most of the Canva magic will happen. What we call the Canva editor is this space where you can actually create your designs in Canva. There, you will find all your design tools and features. In this lecture, I'll do my best to show you around the editor and introduce the main design tools Canva has in store for us. Let's start by describing what you will see in the editor. On the left side of the screen, we have what Canva calls the object panel. I don't know if this is the best name for this dark gray panel here, but that's how everybody calls it at Canva. So let's just use that name, the object panel, to refer to the dark panel on the left here. If you want to focus on your design and minimize the distraction on screen, you can hide this panel by clicking the little arrow here. To bring it back, simply click anywhere in the dark area. When we look at the object panel, we see different tabs. If this is your first time using Canva, you should see templates, elements, uploads, text, and more. These are the default tabs that cannot be removed from the panel. You will see in a minute that other tabs can be added here. Apart from the object panel, we have a gradient color menu here on top of your screen. Let's call it the top menu because I actually don't remember how people call it at Canva. This top menu has a series of buttons that we will also cover in a minute. I'm just giving you a global overview for now. The top menu will also change depending on what document type you are working with, social media, video, presentation, and what element you have selected in the main design area, text, element, photo, etc. You will see different buttons and options depending on what you are working with. The top menu is also where you will find your sharing options to share your designs in different ways, your preview button to pre-visualize your designs if you are working with video or animations, and your download options if you decide to download your design. You'll also see a box with the title of your design, and you can customize it by simply clicking on it. If you see some little crown icons, it means these features are Canva Pro features, and you won't be able to use them if you are using a free account. Moving down, we have the main design area. If you got to the editor by starting with a template, your template will already be loaded there. But if you started from scratch, you should see a blank page. If we look at the very bottom of the screen, we have a few more buttons like Notes, which allows you to add some notes to your design. We will see how useful that can be in the section about creating presentations. Then here at the bottom, we also have our zoom slider, which allows you to zoom in and out on your design. We have a button with some percentages. If you click on that, Canva will let you choose between several zoom presets. I personally like Fit because it allows me to see the entire page I'm working on. Then we have an icon with some pages. That's your grid view. Clicking on it will take you to a page where you can get an overview of all the pages in your design. And from that grid view, you can easily move pages around or delete unnecessary pages. To get out of grid view, click on the page icon again. The next icon, with two arrows expanding, will present your design full screen. And you should see some additional options from that screen that we will cover when we talk about presentations. To exit full screen, click on the icon again. And finally, the last icon all the way in the bottom right corner is your Help Center. Clicking on it will bring up a menu from which you can search for help about anything in Canva. How are we doing, guys? I hope you are enjoying this course so far. In the next lecture, I will be talking about all the things you can do from the object panel, aka the dark gray menu you can see on the left side of your screen when working in the Canva editor. Let's continue our tour of the Canva editor and discover where you can find the design ingredients for you to cook the perfect design. Of course, when I talk about design ingredients, I mean photos, shapes, graphics, videos, or even audio clips. To find these ingredients, we'll have a closer look at the object panel here on the left and its different tabs. Like I said in the previous lecture, this panel is customizable, so yours might look slightly different from mine, depending on what tabs you've opened recently. In a nutshell, from the object panel, you will be able to browse and switch between templates, use Canva's design elements like photos, graphics, videos, or audio clips, upload your own elements, add and format text, use predefined styles, access your Canva folders, create charts, add a background to your design, and connect different apps to import content, create something new, or enhance your design experience. Let's dive into it. The first tab is the Templates tab. This allows me to search the template library for templates of a particular format. That format will be the document type you have opened from the homepage. So for example, if you started with an Instagram story from the homepage, you will see story templates when you click on the templates tab here in the object panel. If we scroll down, we'll see that these templates are organized in different categories. Also, this scroll is pretty much infinite. You can get more information about each template by hovering your mouse over it. Let's examine this one, for example. First, we can see that it's a free template. And then we have the button with the 3 dots here on top. A new menu pops up when we click on that. We can now see the title of this template, click on the name of the creator to view more template from that person, use a couple of keywords to find similar content. We can star the template to keep it in our starred folder, and we can learn about the style used on that template, which includes the fonts and the color used in it. Canva gives us an option to apply the style only of the template to our current design. If I click on that, the colors and font from the template will be applied to my design. Pretty cool, huh? Now, if instead of hovering over the template in the object panel, I click on it, Canva will load that template in the design area, erasing whatever was in there. So be careful to always create a new page before adding a template if you don't want to lose what you have on screen already. To do so, simply scroll to the bottom of the design area and use the plus add page button. Okay, if we move down the object panel, we will encounter a second tab here that says Elements.
And trust me, this tab is quickly going to become your best friend.
There are 2 ways to use the Elements tab, with a particular search or just browsing. Let's say you're searching for something in particular, like a shape. Go ahead and type in shape in the search bar. Canva will then show you a bunch of results for the search shape. You can scroll down to discover these shapes and choose the one you like. Notice how right below your search box, you'll have some new tabs. These would say All, Photos, Graphics, Videos, and Audio. These are all the design ingredients that Canva has for you. Clicking on any of these tabs will allow you to filter your results for the keyword shape by element category or design ingredients if you prefer. If what I'm looking for is a video, for example, I'll click on the Video tab to see video results for shapes. You can be more precise with your searches and add, let's say, a color for your shapes. So let's add red in the search box after shape. I will type plus red. And now the panel is filled with mostly red shapes. Something else worth mentioning here is that not all elements from a specific search will be free for all to use. Indeed, that's how Canva makes money. A good percentage of elements will be pro elements. You will recognize them when you see the little crown. Just remember, anything with a gold crown in Canva means this stuff is for pro users. When it comes to elements, it doesn't mean you cannot use these elements. If I go ahead and click on an element with a gold crown with my free Canva account, this is my free account, the element will have a watermark on it. You can still use it in your design, but if you share it or download it, it will still have the watermark. We will talk about your options to purchase individual elements in another lecture of this section. So I'm going to skip that for now, as I just want to show you how to use the Elements tab. And talking about the Elements tab, let's see the second way you can use it. This time, let's say you already have worked on a design and you are pretty happy about it, but you feel it could use some pizzazz, like little touch that would make it amazing. Well, Canva can help you with that. Click on Elements and start looking around. Make sure you don't have anything in the search box. If you do, delete it and hit Enter. When you do that, clicking on the Elements tab with no search in the box, Canva will make a bunch of suggestions. The tabs that were element categories previously became suggested keywords.
Yeah, we on the rise, press record, now play. AI tools got me glowing every day. Faceless grind, I'm paving my lane. Me 2 times, yeah, we changing the game. Elevate me to you, vibe is brand new. Built it from scratch, now we teaching you. Hit that sub, let the vision come true. This ain't just content, it's what we do. Started with nothing but dreams and a screen. Now I automate flows, keep the process clean. No need to be seen, just heard and felt. With AI by my side, every goal gets dealt. ChatGPT writes Canva designs. CapCut cuts, now the visuals shine. Faceless clear, helping new voices elevate all you. Me on the rise, press record, now play. AI tools got me glowing every day. Faceless grind, I'm paving my lane. Me 2 times, yeah, we're changing the game. Elevate me to you, vibe is brand new. Built it from scratch, now we teaching you. Hit that sub, let the vision come true. This ain't just content, it's what we do. This for the shy ones hiding in light, the silent creators who dream at night. You don't need fame, just start the move. I'll show you the tools and how to improve. We grow slow, but steady and loud. Elevate me to you, standing out from the crowd. From idea to launch, I'm here to guide. Together we rise, no need to hide. Me on the rise, press record, now play. AI tools got me glowing every day. Faceless grind, I'm paving my lane. Me 2 times, yeah, we changing the game. Elevate me to you, vibe is brand new. Built it from scratch, now we teaching you. Hit that sub, let the vision come true. This ain't just content, it's what we do.